A 155-run opening partnership between Jacques Rudolph and Will Bragg kept Glamorgan in with a chance of saving their LV County Championship match with Surrey after the visitors to Colwyn Bay secured a massive 357-run first innings lead after Gary Wilson and Chris Tremlett both shone with the bat again on the penultimate day. Surrey began the third day on 400 for 5, which had them 168 runs ahead, and they would have been looking to Jason Roy to extend that advantage after he resumed his innings on a runner ball 59. He'd moved quickly to 70 when he was involved in a mid-pitch mix-up with Wilson. One of them was going to be dismissed, and it was Roy who was on his way with the score on 419 for 6. It was a disappointing end to another fine knock from the in-form Roy, and it left Wilson with Gareth Batty to move the score along and increase what was already a very handy lead. The confidence in the Surrey camp is up at the moment, and these two were soon putting their side in a prime position to win for a third time from 4 and to possibly close the gap between themselves and Hampshire, who are in second place in the table. This pair added 61 runs together in 17 overs to take that lead to 248. Wilson has been in exceptional form since he took over the captaincy. He's grown enormously as a batsman in the last couple of months. He helped this ball from Dean Koska for a 6. Batty had made 26 when he tried to match his captain, only to scuff the shot, allowing Mark Wallace to complete the dismissal with a stumping. Wilson then moved to his third 50 of the campaign, this one coming off 90 balls from which the talented Irishman had hit 6 fours and that one maximum. He's scoring plenty of runs at the moment, and his form has come just as his side have started winning matches after a sluggish start to this summer. Surrey have also been helped in recent matches by Chris Tremlett, who would have impressed only a few people with a bat in his hands in his career. Yet he recently turned a game around with Wilson by hitting a career best 90 against Leicestershire, and he was soon smashing the ball to all parts again, choosing different parts of the ground for his 4 sixes as he again took his side beyond 500, something Surrey are beginning to make a habit of. This was good, clean hitting from the former England man. Tremlett made 56 off 53 balls this time, while Wilson continued to impress with his array of shots, many of which belonged in the one-day game as he tried to get to his second 100 of the summer before declaring. Sadly for him, rain put paid to that, and after an hour was lost, he decided to declare with himself on 97 made out of his side's 589 for 8. So that gave Surrey a huge lead of 357, and it left Glamorgan to bat for more than 4 sessions to save this match on a pitch which was much better than their first innings total of 232 suggested. That innings was a bit of a hit and miss affair, with lots of boundaries being struck, even though the wickets fell all too regularly. This time, however, Bragg and Rudolph got their heads down for the long haul, first seeing out the 12 overs they had before tea, from which 59 runs were knocked off. The two left-handers were not blocking their way out of trouble. It was a pleasant evening in North Wales and a nice one to bat in, and these two continued where they left off before the break when play resumed. This was soon becoming a very encouraging and much needed start for Glamorgan. Surrey, meanwhile, would have been hoping that this surface hadn't flattened out so much that they were going to find themselves in a similar position to a game recently in Bristol, where Gloucestershire batted out 189 overs in their second innings, losing only 6 wickets as they did so. Bragg had made his 50 off only 54 balls with 8 fours, while Rudolph got to his off 70, this one of the 5 fours that he struck in that. They took their partnership to 155 in 42 overs together, but given the size of the deficit at the start of their partnership, this was just a start. It was a good one nonetheless, but Batty then got both men out for 73 in successive overs. Rudolph was struck in his crease and fell LBW, while Bragg went in a very similar way as Batty showed off his skills with the ball. Bragg left with his side on 162 for 2. There were just 5 overs left in the day, and so those 2 wickets were extremely significant. It was left to Ben Wright and Murray Goodwin to see out the remaining time, and they crucially prevented Batty from having any more success as they added 20 more runs before the close. So we have a very big final day ahead of us. The Welshman will begin it on 182 for 2, which sees them still trailing by 175 runs. Effectively, they still have the best part of 3 sessions to survive, and Batty and his fellow spinner Zafar Ansari can expect plenty of work ahead.